Hi, I want to talk about why should you be blogging and why should you be blogging when you have an e-commerce site. I mean, you should be blogging anyway, whether you have any website up, but why particularly blog when you have an e-commerce site? So 50% of buyers view 3 to 5 pieces of content before they engage in buying from you. I went to Social Media Marketing World a few weeks ago, and one of the keynote speakers was called the Pool Guy. And here's what he said. He had customers, and he pulled up some information about customers that watched, that consumed 350 pieces of content. Okay, so they were buying probably a $50,000 pool or a $100,000 pool, but 350 pieces of content. And then his wife, this client's wife, went on the website and consumed 150 pieces of content. But what he said was he walked in and walked out with a check. So they had all the information that they needed. So when they wanted to buy something, these guys were ready to buy. So why do you need a blog? You need it to get information to your customers so that they know why they should choose you and buy from you, right? So and e-commerce especially, we can't just fling our products up in front of our customers all the time, because that's like salesy. Nobody wants to have the sales guy or the sales lady. As soon as you walk into the store, you're going, can I help you? Can I help you? Do you want to buy something, right? You want to make your own decision. You're looking at the clothes that are on the racks. You're looking what they have. You're looking at the prices. You'll probably ask some information, and you might decide to buy. Your customers landing on your site will do exactly the same thing. They will look for information. So why not give them the information? So here's the reason why you need to blog. Information. You need to tell them how to use your product, why to use your product, what is your product good for? So create a list of reasons why your customer should buy your products. So the first thing to do, what I was supposed to say, the first thing to do is create a whole list of reasons why your customer should buy your products. Then how to use your products. And even in skincare, for instance, I've been using skincare since I was 12 years old, and believe me, I still don't remember the sequences. I use it every single day, twice a day. So I told my skincare lady, Kelly, I said to her, you got to have that explanation on your site. I know when to use. I know I need a vitamin serum, but when am I supposed to use the stupid serum? Should I use it in front, before my toner, after my toner, blah blah blah. So that's why you need to give your customers information, even if you think your product makes sense, right? If it's a gift product, but tell them why they should buy the product. Why should they actually buy your product? Okay, so the reason again why you want to blog is because then people will come to your site and they will come for information, and they will create that really nice warm feeling that they want, and that they need to trust you, and you become the authority in your industry. So the more information you are pushing out, the better it is for you. So, okay, one, it brings people to your product, right? Because you are creating these blogs, articles on your e-commerce store or on your website, and you are luring people to your blog to read it, and they go, wow, this makes sense, right? Then they'll read another blog and they'll go, wow, this is absolutely amazing. She has so much information. So they go away. So next time you post something, they will immediately come back to your blog. So you need to be, this is a way to be in front of your customers without selling to them directly. Nobody likes the salesy guy or lady, right? So this is a really good way to be in front of your customers. And then another reason is when they perceive you to be the expert in the industry. I know, like skincare is really hard to be the expert in the industry. So try and think of something that your competition is not covering. check what they're doing and see what, even the big guys, they don't tend to have a lot of articles, or sometimes they do, but see what they're covering and what are they not saying. I mean, you can be very ballsy, because remember, you want to stand out, and this is one good way to stand out, is to say, okay, in the industry, this is what people are saying, this is what the comments are. Put them in your blog, and then put your counter argument in the blog. Stand out. You don't have to agree with what everything's out there, because we're coming back to the skincare. We are using skincare. We don't know why we're using it, right? Is it a good reason to use this type of skincare or that type of skincare? Why you should use organic skincare? So there are a lot of reasons that you can come up with to actually give your customers more information. I love information, and believe me, everybody else out there does. And I know that I always say, don't put too much information on your product page, because you don't want to confuse your customers when they are ready to buy. So this is a blog is a way to actually get that information in front of them. And you're putting links into your products. Again, you're giving your customer another option to go and check out your products, right? So you need to put your product links in, because you are obviously going to be talking about your products. And even if you're not talking about your products, if you're talking about another product, a complementary product or something in the industry, you tell them about your product and you put a link in. And sometimes you're not going to be talking about your product at all, right? So how can you actually benefit from the blog? You tell people to sign up for your newsletter, to get this information in a PDF form or whatever, because if you have a really good list of what people need to do. I know Donna with the Personal Puzzles, Missing Puzzle Piece Company, she actually put a whole list of information down where her customers could and I think it's how to glue a puzzle together, right? So and it was very, very popular. So smack that into a PDF, and they can download it so that they can have it in front of them when they're actually doing the project. And so you, as I said, you become the expert in the industry. And again, you become the expert, you increase your sales in your store, and so you increase your bottom line. Instead of coming out as someone with a product on the shelf, oh my God, this is a product, you need to buy it. Gear your articles toward advising and helping your clients. Again, so how-tos, helping your clients, and how to actually, as I said, how to give them ideas on when you're selling cookies or whatever you sell. Give them a list, give them a recipe. I mean, you don't have to actually give them your secret ingredient. Nobody's going to actually, a small handful of people are going to actually make, for instance, macaroons. But I'm not going to make macaroons, but I love collecting recipes, right? Just in case one day I'm going to make macaroons or chocolate or whatever. And so I collect recipes, and so, but, or give them a list of things they need to buy to take part of your program. I can think now of my my training lady, exercises, right? She gave me a list of stuff that I need to buy for muscle tone and for supplements and all that stuff. So think of what can you give your customers as a list of something to buy. You can also give them a link to something in Amazon. So if you have your product out there, right, and for instance, coming back to Donna's puzzle, how to glue a puzzle, she put in links to the glue that they can buy, to the backboard that they need to buy. So you give your customers opportunity. They don't have to go anywhere else. You give them all the information in the blog. So I can come up with several ideas. Let's go back to the list. Okay, blog is a great resource for your sales team or your marketing team. So I have somebody doing my social marketing. I have a slew of blogs. So she has a lot of information that she can smack into Facebook or into Pinterest or into Instagram. And if you have a long blog, don't do short blogs. Don't do just just 300 words. You've got to be longer than at least 1,000 words, right? And there's ways to write your blog as well. I actually do a couple of workshops for this. But getting back to the blogs is you have to have a lot of information in your blog. Then your sales team, or your, say for instance, your marketing team, or yourself, right? If you don't have a team, then yourself, you have all this information that you can fling into social media for information, into LinkedIn, to Pinterest, to Facebook, to Instagram, right? And I know, some of the social media you can only put in short pieces of information like Twitter, but you link them back to your website. Don't give them all the information, just link them back to your website. So, and for instance, a sales team, right? So if you had a sales team out there, like one of my customers selling the African statues, right? They have a sales lady out there now, and so she now can go back onto the website if she has to explain something to a prospective buyer. So if you had a sales team that is selling your products at market, for instance, then you had a lot of information in your blogs where they can go and say, okay, this is why we have the products. This is how to use the products. This is a good idea. And you can use the products in these situations, right? So again, create that list of how your customers can use your products, as well as how they can actually use it in every day or in a list or something. So the biggest thing here is if you start something, you have to actually keep it flowing. Don't start one blog and go, oh, well, I'm not going to have enough time this month. I will blog next month, right? You got to be constant. So at least once a week is the norm, and you should be blogging more than that to get the whole lot of information. Now I'll tell you right now how you can actually repurpose that information. So what does a blog do as well? It helps to cultivate brand loyalty. And I know some of us are small potatoes, right? But you are growing your brand, and if you have people that are ambassadors for your brand, you will grow quicker, right? So if you have all the information that they need to promote your product, again, they're your sales team. But it also, to a certain extent, when your customers come into your website and they see that you have a lot of information, you are helping them, you're putting the information out there that they need to know. Come back to the skincare again, if they don't know the information of what not to buy and what to buy, I mean, how do you expect them to buy your products? So you want to make sure that they have all the information. Why is MD Doctor so popular? Because everybody goes there for information. So your clients you have to lure your clients back to your website, back to your core business, is where your products are. And again, you can't be selling all the time. You can't be selling all the time, right? So a blog is just the right thing to bring them back to your website. So, and it creates that relationship. So people buy stuff from people they know and trust. So how are you going to create that? By giving them information. I know I keep harping on the information, right? But by giving them more information, they will come back to your website. They feel like they know you because they see your picture up on as the writer of the blogs. They see your website. You're talking to them directly, and you're giving them information, so they know that you're concerned about them, that you are worried about them, that you want to love them, and they will love you back. As Sally Field says, I can't believe you love me, right? So you need to get your customers to love you as well, and the more information and the more support you give them with their decisions, the more they're going to love you. And believe me, a lot of people need a lot of information. So we get back to that pool guy again. And by the way, he's not just a pool guy. He has like a huge international company. He was a keynote speaker. He was amazing. And he asked us, how much information how many pages do you think you need on your website for people to buy from you? And we said 5 and 4 and 1. And he came back with 350. So it's not 350 pages, but 350 pieces of content. So, but you need a lot of websites. So how are you going to create those websites, or the pages on your website or your e-commerce store? And by the way, e-commerce and website is the same thing. If you have an e-commerce store, you can easily create. The website has to be part of your e-commerce store on the same platform, right? And that's why you need to buy Shopify. And I love Shopify. Anyway, but so as he said, if you have that content on there, it's a no-brainer that your customers will buy from you. And here's another thing: if you are putting content out there and information and stories and my piping guy, we sell industrial piping and blowers and stuff, right? Which, what are you going to tell? What stories are you going to tell? But you can tell your customers about case studies. So if you don't know what to write about case studies of what a customer did in a certain situation, right? If they have this problem, then this is your solution, and this is the products they used. And you can write a huge blog about it. So, getting back to the puzzles, right? Kelly and Donna have been with me forever. They've been the most amazing customers. So, I'm totally lost my train of thought here. Anyway, so you can create case studies of where your customer goes, oh, wow, I have that problem, and this is a solution. I need to buy this product. So case studies are amazing pieces of content that you can put out there. Remember, not too short. You need to have enough information in your blog and it has to be skimmable. So enough information in your blog so somebody like me can skim it to see if I'm interested, and somebody like my husband to read it and go, wow, there's so much information here, I can read all day, right? So you have different types of customers that will come to your blog, different types of what they call them, A-type and green, or red and green, or whatever they call them, right? So so you need to make it as comprehensive as possible, and Google will love you for it. Okay, so 1,000, and I have to say, to 1,500 to 2,000 words. Combine several things into one blog, and then you can always take pieces of that information and post it separately. So if you think about writing one blog, and there are a lot of services out there that will do it for you as well. So, I mean, the Hoth costs $95 for 1,500 words, but I can create 10 pieces of content out of that one blog, and then you can reuse your blog again, and we'll talk about it in a minute. So important things about a blog, okay? You got to make sure that you optimize for the search engines. And when I say optimize for search engines, means that Google and Bing and all these other guys, but Google obviously the main guy on the block, right? So there are 1.6 billion websites in the world, and there are websites going online every single day. And believe me, I'm one of them that puts these things out there. So when somebody searches for your products or your content, Google will actually put any relevant content up in the first and under the searches, right? So, and who goes to the second page? I don't. If I can't see my information on my first page at the top, then I'm immediately change my search query at the top, and then try and get more detailed information. Really drill down to the information that I need. And there are ways to get to the top of Google organically, but you have to be in my workshop to be able to do it. Okay, so anyway, we talked about building an email list, so you can actually get people to sign up for more information or to download something from your blog, and so then you have them an email list. 77% of consumers prefer permission-based content. They don't prefer you to actually send them an email when you haven't asked for permission. And I know people say email is not successful. Email is successful, people. You need to use your emails, and emails will the ROI of emails is between 12 and 23%. I've seen 23% success rate. So because again, you've got to be consistent. And And here's the thing, is if you are sending out emails with information, you're not selling to your customers, and then in the email you happen to mention that, hey, you can get for only for this weekend, you can get this stuff for 25% off, you will have more sales. And so you cringe because you got 25% off. But if you're selling 10 pieces instead of one product, you're making so much money, even though you've given a discount, and you're getting loyal customers. Okay, and you're getting loyal customers. So the thing about email is, don't just have them sign up. You have to have an autoresponder, and that's automatic emails when somebody signs up for you, and you have to have a real good autoresponder, and that's another conversation again. I've got great blogs about that. And then, so here's another way, a way to repurpose your blog. So if you've written that one piece of blog, and you should be writing blogs all the time, you can create an ad out of that one blog, because it's, again, you're sending out, you're creating an ad for cold traffic. This is not warm traffic. This is not people that are sign up for your newsletter. For cold traffic. And what do you need to give cold traffic? Cold customers, as I say. You need to give them information. You can't sell to people that don't know you, because then they'll go to Amazon, and we want them to come to our website. So you create your blog, put it on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, and then on the back end you create an ad out of that post if you see it's popular, if you see people like it. More sales out of blogs is upselling or cross-selling, upselling, right? At the bottom you say, hey, if you are interested in this blog, go to this other blog, and the other blog is more about your product or how to use a product, and you have links in that blog. And at the bottom you can actually put a product, right? I mean, it's just a way of saying, hey, I've been talking about these products, and here is a way to quickly get to those products, and put a nice big picture on there. So I know it's like upselling, right? You writing the blog, and now you have something that they maybe want to buy. Again, with the gluing of the puzzle, right? You are giving them the glue, and you can have affiliate links from Amazon on your blog, how to make just a little bit of money, that maybe buy you a glass of wine, right? But still, and your customers will love you for it. And then at the bottom you put the product. Hey, if you have a 500 piece of product and you want to create a personal one, here's the way to do it. And so is a blog worth the trouble? Yes, it's another selling engine, a sales engine that you can use to get customers to your blog, click on your links, go to your products. You become the authority in your industry, and your customers love you because you're giving them so much information. So, and again, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Veronica Jeans. I'm an e-commerce business consultant and a Shopify expert. Absolutely adore Shopify. And if you have any questions at all about Shopify or e-commerce, you can ping me anytime. I love talking to people trying to set up their new businesses, especially now with the virus going on and everybody's at home. Here's a good chance for you to actually create your blogs, make time, and be out and create the information that you need to get your customers back on your website. Most of the time we don't have time to do the blogs, so this is a good time to actually get out there and do them. And you can join my group, e-commerce success group, on Facebook, and also connect with me, Veronica Jeans Mentor, if you want to look for me, and you can messenger me and ask any questions, or you can ask in the comments below. And what am I giving away today? I'm giving away a free assessment of your e-commerce store if you need it. I don't charge for it. I love telling people how to optimize their prices and their e-commerce stores. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this made sense. I do have a blog. I will post the link at the bottom about what I spoke about today, and you can pop onto my website, and hopefully you can sign up for some newsletters as well. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you listened to me today and joined me in my little chat today. And if you're listening afterwards, please, you can also connect with me again. Again, Veronica Jeans and Nancy Lewis is on here, and Linda. Hi, guys. And I'll be back next month. We'll be talking about something else. I'm probably going to be on regularly here every single month. Okay, I am now going to go, and thanks for listening to me. Bye.